What's up, Panda Nation? Peter von Panda here. Hey, I wanted to just tell you my reasoning for not ordering the new iPhone X, despite the fact that I fully intended to. These probably are reasons that I could just keep to myself because they're not that interesting. But as you saw maybe from my earlier video, I was up at 2 a.m. trying to order the iPhone X. And a good part of that was that I wanted to unbox it and take a look at it kind of in detail, in real time, that a lot of other reviewers don't do. They kind of show it, they kind of do a lot of B-rolls, or kind of talking about generally the features and what's different, that a lot of people already know, but I really like getting into the nitty-gritty. I often call it excruciating detail, things I love and hate about it. But I was up, and a couple things happened. So one, I thought I had kind of done the pre-configuration. Apple did something different where you could kind of add it to your cart so you were ready to check out. But what that really didn't do is check your, in my case, AT&T account. So you actually had to put in your AT&T account number, last four of your social, your zip code, things like that, and then it was going to authorize it to account. So in previous iPhone orders, you could just order an unlocked phone just by selecting a carrier and not checking your account. So I'm not sure why they, required that, particularly when I clicked like I'd pay the full price. I didn't want to do like AT&T Next or the Apple payment plan or anything like that. So it was really kind of inconvenient to do that, and that caused some problems. I think that caused some delays as I was trying to authenticate back to AT&T. So one, it probably took a minute or two, and I actually had to click it a couple times because I couldn't do it. And so by the time I got to my checkout card, it was like 2:11, and as I understood it, all the iPhones were on delivery day were sold out in a few minutes. So as you saw there, it was going to deliver in 3 to 4 weeks. Now Apple is notoriously a bit conservative on their estimates, and sometimes they get them out earlier, but because I couldn't be guaranteed that I was going to get it on the November 3rd launch date, kind of made moot my kind of purpose of getting it, unboxing it live on November 3rd, getting that out to people so that you can all see it. Nobody watches my channel, so that was only kind of a little bit of like a window dressing reason for me to get a new iPhone. But because it was 3 to 4 weeks out, I kind of said, nah, forget it, I won't do it. And then when I woke up the next morning, I was like, yeah, maybe I should just do it. Still, it might get delivered a little earlier. And then obviously by then, deliveries were already out, so by 7 a.m. the next morning. Oops, my phone's shaking around a lot. Sorry about that, guys. Illinois roads. The deliveries estimates were already into December. So at that point, I was like, totally forget it. If anything, maybe I can get it Friday morning at a store. Now I hear that's kind of off the table, that there will be so limited supply that it's probably not going to be worth it there. So in the end, I kind of said, hey, yeah, would I like the iPhone X? Yes. And I think this is a little bit of a problem that a lot of people are going to get to, where I have the 7 Plus. It's a good phone. For me, the two big selling points are that the screen is bigger and the phone itself is smaller. That's pretty cool. Face ID, I couldn't really care about. But the form factor was important. Now, I also think they have like a 12 megapixel camera, and I can't remember if this is an 8 megapixel camera, and my phone stand here is really shaking. Sorry about that, guys. But that's kind of interesting, especially with both of the fixed lens, the single X and the 2X lens being image stabilized. That makes a huge difference. You totally notice it when you switch over that 2X fixed lens. So it is what it is. I'm not going to quite get that, but it's also, kind of an incremental value. It's not a huge, obviously it's not a deal breaker for me not to get it, but so I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of in the middle of it. Maybe, I'd still consider myself almost fanboy status, not truly fanboy status, but I really wanted the iPhone X, but the combination of it being very hard to get, kind of the improvements being what I would say pretty marginal, especially if you're on the 7, it was tough for me to justify, and ultimately those inconveniences led to me not to buy it. Now, it's Saturday, pre-orders were like 24 hours ago, so it's not exactly like I've committed myself to anything, but those are just my thoughts. If anyone has an iPhone X they want me to try out, please send it to me. I'd love to check it out. Peter von Panda, out.